Yo, what's good? Parjix up in this bitch, and you already know what I'm on. Hey y'all, listen. The content that I'm doing now, I'm honestly proud of, and I will continue to keep doing. But the main thing that I really want my content to really center around is like the new technologies that is coming up, me reviewing technology, me building PCs, that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But with my own flair, with that black nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I found out today that at AMD did an Advancing AI 2025 where they talked about the new innovations of the AI for the new type of server shit that they doing. Like I have honestly no fucking idea. So we just gonna get a look at the snapshot right fucking now. The type of AI that I'm honestly interested in is the general populace, productivity, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, Gemini. I love Gemini. I could probably ask Gemini right now, can you summarize this entire fucking video and just talk about it like that? But I actually want to watch it because honestly, y'all, I never know what might happen. Like one day I might meet somebody, you know what I'm saying, who works with AMD. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the most knowledgeable person of this. Like I'm the greatest. Like I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like I just like building shit, to be honest. But like I just never know. But like productivity, Gemini, communications, not really. I really don't care. So like even automotive, like I really don't want a car. I don't really care for automotive AI. Communications AI. Uh, if they're talking about the Gmail enhancements, I love that because I can do it without the AI, but I can literally just type in something and the AI will like put it in a way that's like professional type shit. I'm really not a professional person. I mean, I can't talk that way, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, like I hate having that like, oh yes sir. Like I don't really like doing that. Like it's 2025, nigga. Like World War III is about to be the like. Come on, bro. Like there's like you know what I'm saying. And robotics too. I mean, I used to do robotics, but I don't know. The only AI I really do care about is productivity, communications, and financial services, because like using AI to invest will probably be the next wave in the coming years. I don't know, but
production workloads. And there's a ton of new innovation that's going on with the new AI startups. For example, life sciences company 310 AI uses MI300X to train a model that turns simple text prompts into novel proteins to really help accelerate drug discovery. Our Versal AI...
Bro, did you really hear that shit, bro? I didn't even know that. See, I'm honestly watching this stuff because I don't know what's happening. Like, I can't say, I love AI. I love AI, and I don't study it. Like, I want to actually understand this stuff. Because like the stuff that they're going to come up with, bro, is going to become it's going to come to the point where like they're going to be able to inject you with microchips, bro, and detect you like from just a satellite alone, nigga. They're going to actually put a microchip. They're going to want this shit to become like fucking meta human type shit. You know, like I don't even like vaccine. I do like vaccines, but I don't want anything going to my body. Like technology wise, you know what I'm saying? Like
adaptive SoCs are being used to build more efficient 5G networks and improve automotive driver safety. And Resin is bringing AI to PCs, enabling more intuitive, responsive, and more powerful experiences.
I just hate AI frame generation.
Now, since ChatGPT launched a few years ago, the pace of AI innovation has been unlike anything I've seen in my career. And in 2025, it's only gone faster. We've seen the emergence of more powerful reasoning models, the rise of agents, really growing momentum in real-world use cases that are actually starting massive scale deployments. And it's clear that we're entering the next chapter of AI. Now, training is always going to be the foundation to develop the models. But what has really changed is the demand.
See, they even showing you how this shit actually fucking works. I don't know what Hey Gemini, what, bro? Hey Gemini, what is agentic AI?
Okay, so agentic AI refers to AI that can act independently to achieve goals. Think of it like a smart assistant that doesn't just follow your instructions, but also takes initiative to get things done.
Are you an agentic AI?
I'm still under development, so I don't have the same level of autonomy as a fully agentic AI.
So you telling me they are different types of AI? I didn't even know this. I thought it was just AI like Siri or some shit. I thought it was just a human response, a human interaction to an AI. They understands it and they give it back to you. Hey, bro. So this is why niggas actually fear this shit. People have this, like for example, me. I fear of humans misusing AI. Niggas who knows about agentic AI, they're talking about it's because it's autonomy. They're making an autonomous AI. Why do you like, bro? This is why we should make everything. Humans are so stupid. They create things and they be subservient to them, but they want other humans to be subservient to them. So the overall master is going to be the computer AI network, but it's just going to be humans fighting one another for supremacy when it should be humans uniting to be supreme to the AI. Humans are fucking stupid, bro. We're cooked, bro. If they can't actually control agentic AI, if they can't control the parameters, if they can't control the initiatives, then we're cooked. Like the enterprise. So the enterprise probably means a business. Like for example, the Family Dollar. The agentic AI can use Family Dollar the Family Dollar information to sell products online. Well, I don't even know if that's is, but I'm just saying. So the agentic AI, and they put it in a GPU and a CPU. And they put those into a server. So instead of people running a business, you're being ruled by a fucking AI. Okay, I don't like agentic AI then. I don't like it then. If I only would love it if I can completely control it. If I can't completely control something that is AI, because we don't know what AI will do. If it has autonomy, if it has all these solutions, if it can solve all these problems, if it could do everything that humans have not been able to do since the past millennia, you know what I'm saying? Imagine what it could do if it has uncontrolled initiative. It's terrifying.
Demand for inference has grown significantly, driven by more capable models and new use cases that are increasing AI usage. We're also seeing an explosion of models. So of course you have the new frontier models from folks like OpenAI and Google, but you also have open models from Meta and DeepSeek and many others. And we're also seeing now a surge in new specialized models that are built from everything from healthcare to finance to coding to scientific research. And when you look over the next few years, one of the things that we see is we expect hundreds of thousands and eventually millions of purpose-built models, each tuned for specific tasks, industry, or use cases. And as AI does more complex tasks like reasoning, you expect agents to become more capable. It drives significantly more compute, which frankly is great for all of us. Now let me talk a little bit about agentic AI. Agentic AI actually represents a new class of user. One thing that is always on, constantly accessing data, looking at applications, looking at systems to really make decisions and really work autonomously. They need high-performance GPUs to generate insights in real time, but that's really only part of the story. What we're seeing now is as agentic AI activity increases, all of those agents are now also spawning a lot of traditional compute going to high-performance CPUs. And just think about it. What we're actually seeing is we're adding the equivalent of billions of new virtual users to the global compute infrastructure. All of these agents are here to help us.
Wait. She literally just admitted to the dead. Hey, Gemini, what is the dead internet theory?
The dead internet theory is a conspiracy theory that suggests the internet is mostly bots and fake content these days.
What do you mean a conspiracy theory? She just admitted it to it. But man, let's go back, bro.
That's really only part of the story. What we're seeing now is as agentic AI activity increases, all of those agents are now also spawning a lot of traditional compute going to high-performance CPUs. And just think about it. What we're actually seeing is we're
This will adding the equivalent of billions
of
new virtual
to the
users.
global compute.
They're adding virtual users. Listen, I want y'all to understand this. The only people in this world, the only type of species on this earth that has complete autonomy is human beings, not free will. You don't have free will. You have complete autonomy. You can do anything that is within this body. Free will means you can do anything in this body and outside of this body. That's free will. But we have complete autonomy. You can do anything that is within this body. Agentic AI is going to be able to develop free will because it does not have a body. You can. It is the your actions. Human beings can only be contained. We are only contained within a body. We are within this body, and AI does not have a body. That's why they put it in a body. A PC is a body. A server is a body. A hard drive is a body. It's a piece of it's an electric mind constrained into a piece of hardware, a piece of structure. But AI will not be constrained because agentic AI will not be constrained because it's going to be everywhere. You get what I'm saying? So if agentic AI has initiative, which means autonomy, based off the data that it receives, and it's able to do things with that by itself with no overseer, and she just said that they're adding billions of virtual users to the global compute infrastructure. That means they're going to be able to inflate certain numbers on the internet. So the dead internet theory, she just admitted to it. They're going to replace real users on the internet with a bunch of AI virtual users. Because there's no point for anything to be real now. AI is going to make everything not real. Agentic AI, not normal AI. Gemini is fine, but for what I'm hearing, it's going to get to a point. Let's
Structure. All of these agents are here to help us, and that requires lots of GPUs and lots of CPUs working together in an open ecosystem. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the market.
Man, what if I don't even want to sound like a conspiracy theory, but this is what I'm worried about. What if an agentic AI creates a bunch of virtual users to manipulate a market? They can literally if it becomes that way. I'm just saying.
When we were here last year, we said that we expected the data center AI accelerator TAM to grow more than 60% annually to $500 billion in 2028. And frankly, for many of the analysts and folks, at the time, that seemed like a really big number. People were like, do you really think it can be that big, Lisa? And I said, well, that's what we're seeing. And what I can tell you, based on everything that we see today, that number is going to be even higher, exceeding 500 billion in 2028. And most importantly, we always believed that inference was actually be the driver of AI going forward. And we can now see that inference inflection point. With all the new use cases and reasoning models, we now expect that inference is going to grow more than 80% a year for the next few years, really becoming the largest driver of AI compute. And we expect that high-performance GPUs are going to be the vast majority of that market because they provide the flexibility and programmability that you need as models are continuing to evolve and really algorithms are moving so fast. You want that programmability in your compute infrastructure. Now, the other thing that we see is AI is also moving beyond the data center, from intelligent systems at the edge to PC experiences. And we expect to see AI deployed in every single device. Now, to enable all of this, you don't have any one architecture that is the right answer. So I like to say there's really no one size that fits all. What you need is the right compute for each use case, and that's exactly what we're focused on. Our strategy is really focused on 3 key principles. First, we're delivering a broad portfolio of compute engines so customers can match the right compute to the right model and the right use case. Second, we're investing heavily in an open developer-first ecosystem. And you're going to hear us talk about open a lot today. We're really supporting every major framework, every library, every model to bring the industry together in open standards so that everyone can contribute to AI innovation.
Like when AI becomes like, I don't like AI infringing upon the human innovation. Because innovation, like back then, like the greatest innovation that humankind ever created was the most primal one, was fire. Because it was the first time that humanity understood it can create its own light. That's the thing. Fire in spiritual terms means light. The sun is not just a ball of fire. It's a ball of light. That's why people back then used to worship the sun. They thought it was the ball of light. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to human innovation now, it really won't mean anything because it's just AI. And it's gonna get to a point where we expect AI to perform. What happens when we're at a pivotal moment in humanity and we expect AI to save us and it does not? It's gonna get to a point now where humans' intellect, humans' IQ is going to decrease because we're gonna depend on AI so fucking much. And I don't want humanity to do that. Because when humanity finds something, it's fireworks. You get what I'm saying? It's amazing. It's up for everybody. It's not just for that type of nation. It's for the earth as a whole. You get what's the point of a Nobel Peace Prize now? What's the point of anything now? Of any awards now? If we're just gonna contribute, it's an AI. So like, yeah, man.
And third, we're delivering full stack solutions. We're forging partnerships. You're going to hear from some of our partners about our ecosystem today to really put all of these elements together. So now let me just give you a little bit of color. From a portfolio standpoint, we offer the most complete suite of computing elements.
Best end-to-end AI compute for AI portfolio in the industry. AMD EPYC processor, leading server CPU, AMD Instinct accelerators, world-best GPU accelerator, networking, Radeon. Oh, so this is the entire thing. This is the CPU, GPU. This is the GPU. This is the GPU. This is the GPU. And this is to help the GPU perform faster. This is the networking, and this is the I think the CPU slot or some shit, like the CPU slot or some shit. So like this is an entire server AI PC right here.
End to end for this vision. That includes CPUs, GPUs, DPUs, NICs, FPGAs, and adaptive SoCs. No matter where AI runs or how much compute you need, AMD has the right solution. Next, let's talk about open. There are a lot of developers in this audience and online, so this is really talking to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming today. And we believe an open ecosystem is actually essential to the future of AI. AMD is the only company committed to openness across hardware, software, and solutions. And when you just take a look back, some of the most important breakthroughs in tech actually started out closed. If you think about things like early networking protocols, Unix operating systems, and even mobile platforms. But the history of our industry shows us that time and time again, innovation truly takes off when things are open.
I mean, it's pretty common sense that a group of minds is better than one. Like what's the put your heads together, some shit, that type of quote. So I mean, it's really not. That's not a really great revelation.
Linux surpassed Unix as a data center operating system of choice when global collaboration was unlocked. Android's open platform helped scale mobile computing to billions of users. And in each case, openness delivered more competition, faster innovation, and eventually a better outcome for users. And that's why for us at AMD, and frankly for us as an industry, openness shouldn't be just a buzzword. It is actually critical to how we accelerate the scale, adoption, and impact of AI over the coming years. Now, we also recognize that these AI systems are getting super complicated, and full-stack solutions are really critical. So to deliver full-stack AI solutions, we've significantly expanded our investments over the last few years, both organically and through strategic acquisitions and investments. We're very happy to say that we recently closed our acquisition of ZT, giving us new capabilities in rack and data center scale design that are becoming extremely useful for what we're doing next. And we've also strengthened our software stack, acquiring leaders like Nod.ai, Mipsology, Silo AI, and in the last several weeks, we announced adding the Brium and the Lamini teams to AMD. And we're also investing broadly in the AI ecosystem. Over the last year, we've actually done more than 25 strategic investments that have been a great way for us to build new relationships and also support the AI software and hardware leaders of tomorrow. So let's talk a little bit about customers. We have tremendous momentum in the data center. Since launching in 2017, EPYC has transformed the data center. Today, EPYC is trusted by the world's largest cloud providers and businesses to run their most important workloads. EPYC powers everything from hyperscale services to enterprise data centers, supporting the most important workloads with leaders in financial services, healthcare, media, and manufacturing. And our momentum is just accelerating. We exited the last quarter with a record 40% market share, and we believe with AI and high-performance compute, there's a lot more room for us to grow. In AI, MI250X and MI300A enabled the exascale supercomputing era. I'm very happy to say.
See, this is not for like the normal everyday computer. Like to be honest, this is for businesses. Like this is for this type of presentation, this type of talk. It's not even for me, but like this is for like people who want businesses and shit. So.
Actually, this week, there was a new top 500 list that was released, and AMD powers the two fastest supercomputers in the world. So that's pretty cool. And thank you. And with MI300X and 325, we've extended that leadership to Gen AI with large-scale internal and cloud deployments at Microsoft, Meta, Oracle, and many others. And I'm happy to say we've added a lot of new Instinct customers in the last 9 months. Today, 7 of the top 10 model builders in AI companies are using Instinct in their data centers. Leaders like OpenAI, Meta, xAI, and Tesla. Innovators like Cohere, Luma, and Essential, and many, many more. You're going to hear from several of them. They're our guests here.
Wait, so LinkedIn, Grok, of course, Tesla. Now we got Microsoft. What people did I really know? I know Dell. Fuck Dell because they made Alienware. I got a Gigabyte. I love Gigabyte. I got a Gigabyte GPU. I love it. I got an Asus monitor. I had an Asus monitor. I got an Asus monitor right here, but it's 75 hertz. Yeah, you got Lenovo. What else we got? Yo, fuck them other niggas. I don't know them.
For today, and they'll tell you a little bit about how we work together. Now, as powerful as our hardware is, it's truly the software that enables their full potential. And I hear from lots of you as developers on what we can do better in software. I can say that I hear you, and our ROCm software stack continues to make just incredible progress. We're really focused on broadening the coverage for AI models, accelerating the pace of our releases, and really setting a North Star of a developer-first mentality with ROCm. When you hear me talk to our engineers, what I say is it is all about the developer experience. It's all about what you guys say. And this
See,
is
that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to tap into my creative mind. Like I really want to learn Blender. I really want to learn how to create with AI because I'm telling y'all, it's going to get to a point now. If you don't learn, if you can't create, tap into that creative spark. If you're just a worker ant, if you don't have anything up here, you can only work. You're going to be cut from the cloth, bro. I'm telling you, like, it's either you join the party. I'm not trying to join their party, that type of party, if you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to be useful to society because I don't want to be discarded. I do not want to be discarded. Y'all got to understand. When I say discarded, like, I'm not gonna say, oh, homeless or no. It's a type of attitude that the world has towards you. If you can't give anything to it, it's like, if you get it, you get it. Like, I don't want to be explaining these rudimentary statements, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, you gotta create. It's all about being able to create, bro. That's it, man.
our guiding principle. So you're going to hear.
Like, I'm telling y'all right now, the nigga who ever makes an AI movie, the first nigga to ever make an AI movie. I'm talking about I'm talking about a full AI movie. A full AI movie and it hits, I'm telling you, it's gonna topple the Hollywood industry, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Hear a lot about that from Bombsy today. And then for those of you who are going to be able to stay with us this afternoon, we have a ton of developer content to just show you how you can really use AMD and ROCm. Now, to give you some perspective about what it's like to use AMD, I'd like to bring out my first guest. One of the newest partners who is running Instinct in their production environment is xAI. And here to share more, please welcome Xiao Sun.
Member of xAI. So I love X. Y'all know that I love X. You know what I'm saying? So but what is xAI? Hey Gemini, what is xAI?
xAI stands for Explainable Artificial Intelligence. It's about making AI systems more transparent so we can understand how they arrive at their decisions.
Okay. Let's go. Let me see if they have like a website or something.
Okay, so it looks like xAI has a website. Would you like me to help you find it?
No, I am fine, thank you. Okay, so it's Grok. Okay, I see. So it's Grok, but like, okay, yeah, it's Super Grok. Okay, well, I knew it was like that, but I didn't know it was like that, like that.
Okay, so you're curious about Grok. It's a large language model created by xAI, Elon Musk's AI company. It's designed to be a bit more conversational and humorous than your average AI. Do you want to know more about its features or how it works?
No, Gemini, I'm grateful, thank you.
We have a decent audience today. What do you think?
You're welcome. If you have any more questions about Grok or anything else, feel free to ask.
Hey Gemini, stop. Why you Gemini, can you throw it back? Can you throw it back, Gemini?
I'm not able to do that, but I can help you find some twerking videos if you like.
No fucking way! Bro, there's no fucking way! Bro, there's no fucking way that shit just happened! Bro, there's no way! Bro, what? Bro, wait! Bro, wait! Bro, wait! Bro, there's no fucking way that shit just happened! Bro,
I understand that you're excited about something that just happened. Could you tell me more about what happened? I'm all ears.
You literally said you were going to fucking show me twerking videos. How was that in your fucking protocol?
I understand your surprise, and I apologize for my previous response. I'm still under development, and sometimes I make mistakes. I'm always learning and improving, and I appreciate your feedback.
It wasn't a mistake. It's just that I didn't even wait, what? Whoa, what? Bro, what? Let me go to Twitch, bro. I gotta go back and clip this shit immediately. I gotta go back and clip this shit. Oh, here he goes, man. Oh, here he goes, man. Oh, here he goes, man. Let me mute. How do I clip? I need to go back and clip. Fuck. Bro, I need to actually fucking clip that shit that just happened. I need to actually go back and clip that shit, bro. What the fuck? Wait, watch. Wait. Bro, see this. Hey, Gemini, can you show me some twerking videos?
I can't show videos here yet, but you can find tons of twerking videos.
Then why the fuck would she ask me that? Why would she ask me that? Y'all see what I'm saying? Why the fuck? She can't show me, so why would she ask me that? I'm not tripping. Bro, this shit is crazy. Bro, I'm getting this clip immediately. Bro. Pause. I'm pausing the stream. I'm pausing the stream for this, bro. I gotta pause the stream for this shit, bro. This shit is actually crazy, bro. I'm not even... Bro, wait. Bro. I gotta get this shit immediately, bro. I literally have to get this shit immediately, bro. That shit is actually insane. Like, what?
And humorous than your average AI. Do you want to know more about its features or how it works?
No, Gemini, I'm grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions about Grok or anything else, feel free to ask.
Hey, Gemini, stop. Why you, Gemini, can you throw it back? Bro, why is the volume so low for the video?
Okay.
So the video is fucking low. The video is actually fucking low. I gotta turn that shit back up.
So you're curious about Grok. It's a large language model created by X or how it works.
No, Gemini, I'm grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions about Grok or anything else, feel free to ask.
Hey, Gemini, stop. Why you, Gemini, can you throw it back? Can you throw it back, Gemini?
I'm not able to do that, but I can help you find some twerking videos if you like.
No fucking way! Bro, there's no fucking way! Bro, there's no fucking way that shit just happened! Bro, there's no way! Bro, what? Bro, wait! That's crazy. You're gonna fucking show me twerking videos. How is that in your fucking protocol?
I understand your surprise, and I apologize for my previous response. I'm still under development, and sometimes I make mistakes. I'm always learning and improving, and I appreciate your feedback.
It wasn't a mistake. It's just that I didn't even, like, wait. Oh, yeah, you just clip immediately, bro. I gotta get this clip immediately, bro. Ask me that. Y'all see what I'm saying? Why the fuck? She can't show me, so. No, Gemini, I'm grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions about Grok or anything else, feel free to ask.
Hey, Gemini, stop. Why you, Gemini, can you throw it back? Can you throw it back, Gemini?
I'm not able to do that, but I can help you find some twerking videos if you like.
Yeah, I gotta edit this shit. I gotta get back to the shit. I gotta get back to the shit, bro. That shit's insane. Go back to recording.
That we are doing with XAI.
That's crazy.
You know, you guys are really at the forefront of developing state-of-the-art AI models. You're going super fast. Can you share a little bit about what your team does and how are you managing all this?
Sure. Yeah, at XAI, we have a very small team, and then we're moving very fast, and we're following first principle. basically, we advance like a Grok family models, and then for maximum truth seeking. And to have that, we actually, basically need to go with the first principle thinking, which is like we always challenge like status quo, and we also always ask questions like why the things have to be done like this, and could we do it better? And yeah, we also apply that into like our computer infrastructure, which is very important for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've been part of some of that first principle thinking and how you really are focused on speed. Look, we're super thrilled of the work that we've done together on MI300X at XAI. I asked you guys to give us a shot. Can you talk about how you're leveraging the MI300 infrastructure? Like, how has it worked? How did it come up for you?
Yeah. So if I use one word, right, that word is basically effortless. So as I mentioned,
can you say that word again?
Yeah, indeed, it's effortless to use AMD GPU in our product. So as I mentioned, we are a very small team moving very fast. So for us, right, the most valuable resource is engineering time, right? So the opportunity cost is immense, right? So with your team's help, we basically can, do not need to like spend too much time. Basically, just few of us engineers and your team, we successfully push one very important product, Grok family model into product. And I remember, when we first started collaborate together, right? I look at, there's a meeting on Friday. I say, is this very important? Can we just meet now, right? So after that, your engineers adapt to our pace. So I always get like a phone call at like 9 p.m. or midnight, And then my partner was like asking me like, who is calling? I was like, a vendor calling to ask about some question in kernel. And he's like a violinist, so he's like, that almost never happened in the orchestra. And what is kernel? Yeah. So because of that, we collaborate very closely, and then we can actually, in few months, we can push something, into product. That's really impressive.
Well, I've been impressed because our engineers are always reporting to me, where are we on the Grok model performance, and you guys have moved super, super fast. So, Xiao, the other thing is we're talking a lot about open ecosystems, and I know that you guys are a strong believer in open ecosystems. Can you talk a little bit about how ROCm and all of those community efforts have actually helped you?
Sure. So as you know, right, our inference structure is based on SGLang, which is like an open source, very popular open source platform. And also the major contributors and authors are also in XAI. So while they are advancing, most optimized inference system, they also contribute a lot to the open source community. We upstream, our innovations to SGLang public repo. And at the same time, we also benefit a lot from the open source community, right? They find bugs, they fix the codes, and then we merge that into our like a production infra. And that really helps a lot. I think it's very essential, and we will continue to commit to contribute and work together with the open source community.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think the SGLang progress has been just a great example of how fast things go. So, look, I know you guys are always moving ahead.
Bro, look at this nigga, bro. Bro, I'm not trying to make fun of this nigga. He's very intelligent, but I ain't gonna lie. If I was ever up a stage, if I'm ever on a stage for AI technology, I guarantee you I would be the freshest nigga, bro. Like, I would make that shit like a performance, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I've been watching so much technology. I have not seen a nigga at all, bro. I need to be the first nigga. I need to be the first nigga, bro. I need to be the first nigga like this, bro. The first nigga, the first black man on a stage. How about that for technology? How about that? Because I have not seen any at all.
And I have a lot of products to talk about with this audience today. Can you share a bit about your perspective of our collaboration and what are you excited about? What do you think about MI350 series and just all the work we're doing together?
Sure.
So the thing that I'm learning about this is that the new servers, you know what I'm saying, the new super SPUs, all of this stuff. It's a new type of technology that's featuring the new type of AIs that's coming up, you know what I'm saying? And they're using that technologies and they're putting it into those companies. to the companies, all they listed, you know what I'm saying? Gigabyte, Dell, Microsoft, all that stuff, to create AI opens to create better AI. That's what I'm learning. They're having the new technology, giving it to companies, and you know, selling it to AI. Is that the gist of it that I'm learning right now? I think that's the gist of it. What I'm learning right now, honestly, it's just new infrastructure, new technologies, giving it to the companies. They create new and better AI systems, and with those systems to create better solutions to the world problems. And they have different types of AI with two different type of departments of the world, like communications AI is going to be different from a robotics AI, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah.
Actually, very impressed by your yearly cadence about the new hardware. Thinking about the future, right? I think we will continue to go back to first principle thinking. I mean, you are a pioneer also in semiconductor, so you know that what essentially we're doing is basically like a fancy waterworks here, except that it's not a water molecules. We're basically manipulating like electrons, right? Like we pump the electron in very high energy level, and then we guide it through the channel of transistor to the gate of transistor.
You
and
see, watch
Moving
this.
ahead, and I have a
See,
lot of our collaboration.
this is the type of
what are
human
you
these
excited
niggas
about?
have.
What do you think about MI350 series and just all the work we're doing together?
Sure, I'm actually this is how we do compute. Impressed by your yearly cadence about the new hardware. Thinking about the future, right? I think we will continue to go back to first principle thinking. I mean, you are a pioneer also in semiconductor, so you know that what essentially we're doing is basically like a fancy waterworks here, except that it's not a water molecules. We're basically manipulating like electrons, right? Like we pump the electron in very high energy level, and then we guide it through the.
This nigga is probably laughing in his head. This is the type of humor that is so advanced. It is only funny to this nigga. He's probably laughing in his head right now. It is probably so funny to him right now.
The channel of transistor to the gate of transistor, and then dissipate it to the ground, right? This is how we do compute. But I think that this is not the end of it. This is the start of it. There are a way to do it like probably 1,000 or if not 1 million times more efficiently. And also on our side, right, one way of thinking about the computer is basically compression of data, right? The data is like all the text a human has ever written. And I think now and in future will be like all the realities, all the truths in the world. And probably in even further future, there will be like all the state of affairs that has not yet happened, but it could happen, right? So we compress the.
So they're trying to predict the future with fucking AI, bro. By being, bro, here's the fucking thing. This is what I'm getting now. They're trying to use agentic AI, put it into different type of infrastructures to project a sense of reality that could happen. But by predicting that type of future with a non-human entity, it's also manipulating the future. It's a what's the fucking word, man? It's a circular type of worldview. You can't predict the future, and with that prediction to manipulate the people to believe it so it can become reality. So for example, the Antichrist, right? The Antichrist, right? If he says this is going to happen, right, and it actually happens, it's not because of him. It's because of the AI is portraying this type of fucking future, and the public will see it. The public will have that type of mentality, which in that type of mentality will create that type of energy, and that type of energy will create certain actions. And since the actions is the reality that the AI predicted, bro, this shit is so fucking crazy, bro. They're literally telling you this shit, bro. They're telling you what they're trying to do. Like, I thought just AI was, hey Gemini, can you tell me what's the weather report today? Hey Siri, can you turn on my alarm today? Hey Apple Watch, what's my heart rate right now? But it's, oh no, we want to create something so vast, something big that we can predict the future with it. Do you know what type of problems that will create? What is the point of trying to predict the future? Tomorrow is nothing. Today is today. Like, That's why I hate niggas who want the future. The future. Fuck the future. What about right now? What about right now? Can you not see the dangers it pose right now? And the thing is, one thing I can understand, they're doing it before anyone else does. That's the whole, that's literally the problem of the entire world. We have to do it, but it was like that with the nuclear bombs. That was the first nuclear bombs and AI. It's probably the two things that AI is going to be in the future, but nuclear bombs is the thing that I remember vividly that changed human history. And the premise was, the impetus was, the beginning of it was, we have to do it before they do. That's the whole thing. That is the whole thing. And they have to generate this system before anyone else does. It's like the fucking all-seeing eye. It's like the eye on the pyramid. If they can see the future before we can, we won't be able to prepare ourselves and they can use it against us. To people like me, it's a spiritual warfare. But people not understanding now, it's a technological warfare. That you can use the type of technology these people are trying to imitate what we as spiritual people know. You see what I'm saying? And I'm repping the cross all day. I'm repping the Christ all day. So if you with that other type of spirituality, that's you. But I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a parallel so that those who don't have wisdom, discernment, those who do not have discernment will not be able to see the flaws in those type of parallels. So to you, it's literally this. Is this a World War III? No. It's trying to prepare you for something similar. So that when you see the real thing, oh, it's nothing. Because it's always been that way. So, like, you know what I'm saying? They telling you this shit right now, bro. I'm kind of glad I watched this shit. I'm kind of glad I watched it. Like, jeez Louise, man.
Them all, and then put them into, like, your USB disk or something, like, and then when you need to use it, you retrieve it and decompress it, right? This is how we think about it. But both sides have many innovation to do, but we cannot do it separately. So this is basically, from my point of view, from silicon to product, this is like the largest, co-design of human history. And then, at XAI, we are very happy to collaborate with vendors and AMD, right, to, do this large co-design together, accelerate the iteration. And I hope that, all the talents from the world should join on both sides.
That's fantastic.
You see what I'm saying, bro? These, to the public, it's like a division. But when it comes to the transformation of, like, for people, normal people, we unite with a common enemy. These people unite with a common creation. This is what happens when your IQ is above, when your spirit, your creativity is tied to your IQ. IQ is not intelligence. It's not memorization. That's the fool. That's the type of the fool's gold. You're not smart if you can remember everything. It's about how you can create and implement the knowledge that you know. How can you create new things to innovate? These people will sit in front of the camera on the World Forum, act like they have problems, but when it comes to actually creating a reality to rule the world with, they will unite together. They will unite against you. They have problems, yes, but when it comes to ruling you, they will unite. That's why he said on both sides. You see what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, bro.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your partnership with us on MI300, and we look forward to doing a lot more together.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Shao. Well, look, we have a full lineup today of new announcements across hardware, software, and solutions. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, since launching MI300 less than 2 years ago, we're on an annual cadence of new Instinct accelerators. With the MI350 series, we're delivering the largest generational performance leap in the history of Instinct. And we're already deep in development of MI400 for 2026 that is really designed from the grounds up as a rack-level solution. So today, I'm super excited to launch the MI350 series, our most advanced AI platform ever, that delivers leadership performance.
I ain't gonna lie, they gonna say this shit next year. They gonna say it next year. Whenever they release a new thing, you gonna say almost this. Like, it's just, It's all hype, man.
Across the most demanding models. This series, you'll hear us talk about the MI355 and the MI350. They're actually the same silicon, but MI355 supports higher thermals and power envelopes so that we can even deliver more real-world performance. And thank you, Drew. My favorite part. Here is MI355. This is our flagship product, and I'm showing this to you. It's powered by our latest 4th-gen Instinct architecture.
Like
it supports new data formats.
The type of AI that I envision is to shake up the economy, not to shake up like to create ways that humans can't. Like, for example, if what's this shit called? Genetic AI, some shit. Agentic AI, right? If he created a type of virtual currency that refreshes the economy, and get people to wanna to invest in type of that stuff, that's the type of stuff that I'm behind. But when it comes to eclipsing the human mind, I don't like that. When it comes to eclipsing the human innovation, the human heart, I don't like that type of AI. And I truly believe that's what they're trying to do. And it's not even they're trying to eclipse themselves with it. They're trying to do it to the common man. Cause we're nothing with like to be honest, most niggas are stupid. Like most niggas are dumb. Like most niggas are really just know how to work. They know how to work so well that they're smart. But to people like this, they don't want workers. They don't want people to believe they're smart because they're in an echo chamber of this. They want people to create some shit so vast that it's too big to fail. Like, you really think these people haven't failed at all? Like, successful people, they're not made by their successes. They made by overcoming that, by failing over and over and over again. But these projects that these people are doing are so big, so transformative, so innovative to not just the pace they're in, but to the world. Do you understand how vast the world is? To have a type of service, to have a type of creation that is so in demand that the whole world wants to be in on it. You don't understand the type of world these people live in, bro. You don't, because they look at life from a humanistic standpoint. They don't care about anything above or below. They only care how to benefit the man next to them. And it only benefits this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand, bro, most people want to be in this lifetime. So, yeah, man, this shit's crazy.
FP4, it uses the latest HBM3E memory.
Oh, by the way, I do not understand anything. I don't understand any of these initials, and I really don't care.
And it has 185 billion transistors across 10 chiplets, all integrated with our leadership 3D packaging. So what do you guys think? All right, thank you, Drew. Look, the MI350 series delivers just a massive 4x generational leap in AI compute to accelerate both training and inference. With an industry-leading 288 gigabytes of memory, we can now run models up to 520 billion parameters on a single GPU. The MI350 series also uses the same industry-standard UBB8 platform as MI300 and MI325. This is actually really important because it actually makes it super easy to deploy MI350 series into existing data center infrastructure. Now, if you look at the specs compared to the competition, 355 supports 1.6x more memory and delivers higher flop.
I got a shit.
R1 or Llama 3.1. MI355 delivers leadership throughput using open source frameworks like SGLang and VLLM. We're generating up to 30% more tokens per second compared to B200, and actually matching the performance of the significantly more expensive and complex GB200, even when the competition is using their latest proprietary software stack. This is actually pretty cool, because it tells you a couple things, right? It first says that we have really strong hardware, which we always knew, but it also shows that the open software frameworks have made tremendous progress to the point where they are outperforming a closed vendor-specific ecosystem.
I mean, honestly, like, like that's been known for like generations. Like, how can you, like, like, that's really not a mind like exploding statement. Like, everybody knows that if you have a type of system where multiple people can use it, multiple people can fix it, multiple people can, like, interact with it, you're gonna have more. Like, it's pretty common sense. So when they say stuff like this, it really doesn't get to me, because, like, I think if you only try to use like a closed like system for like AI or any closed system or anything, I think it's because you're trying to privatize, or you're trying to make it for like a for-profit type of adventure. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make money off of it. And I think it's getting to the point now where, like, it does not matter how much money you make using AI. It's about how many people you can get to use your AI. And by being known, that is where the money starts coming in. That's where the publicity starts coming in, where the statement starts coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because Grok is free, and everybody use it. That's why everybody loves it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't want any closed system or privatized type of AI, because you never know what they're doing with that type of AI. So yeah.
And when you combine all of that performance with lower capex, what we're seeing is MI355 can deliver up to 40% more tokens per dollar than competing solutions.
And honestly, I know this not really for me. Like, this type of stuff is like for supercomputers, server computers, like for the government, quantum computing, that type of stuff. This type of hardware, it's not for like the common people, but it's the type, this stuff affects the common people, because you never know what they might use this AI for. I'm not suspicious of like my data being sold. I honestly don't really fucking care, because like, if you know my data, you would know. Like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But like, the only people that could take my data and I don't mind is Google, because Google created Gemini Live and I love Gemini Live, and I just like Google. So, but like, when it comes to AI, like private AI, that's what I'm really worried about.
40% more tokens per dollar. That means higher throughput, greater efficiency, much better TCO for cloud and enterprise, and it really makes MI355 the best choice in the industry for inference at scale. Now, one of our earliest partners to deploy Instinct broadly was Meta. To share more on our work together, please welcome Meta VP of Engineering, Yujin Song, to the stage.
Notice how mostly
YJ.
Thank you for having me.
I'm not trying to be
Thank you so
like
much for being here. We're so excited
Xiao
about the work that
Song,
we're doing together. Look, we have
Yujin
so
Song,
much respect. Meta has been an
Mahesh,
incredible leader in AI
Indian.
across infrastructure, models, and services. I get to talk to YJ a lot. He gives us good feedback. You're delivering all of this capability at amazing scale, and so it's been our privilege to be your partner across Epic and now Instinct. Can you talk a little bit about our collaboration?
Well, first, thank you for having me here, Lisa. I'm thrilled to be here and excited to see all the progress that you and the AMD team are making. We're seeing incredible advancements that started with your Epic products and now extending to all of your AI offerings. I think AMD and Meta has always been strongly aligned on vision, roadmap, execution. So this means that we have very close co-engineering, performance tuning, we troubleshoot problems together, and we're able to deploy optimized systems at scale. So our teams really see AMD as a strategic and responsive partner and someone that we really rely on.
Well, we love working with your engineering team, and you know that. We love the feedback, and you also hold a high standard. You are one of our earliest partners in AI. As your demands continue to scale, you've talked about your usage of MI300. Just what are you doing today, and what are your plans with MI350 going forward?
Yeah, so AI has been core to many of the user experiences across all of Meta's products for a long time, across Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. And now, of course, with Llama and Meta AI, AI has become even more important than before. It's been fantastic to see our collaboration on MI300X come to fruition. So MI300X accelerators today are a key part of our infrastructure. We've deployed this quite broadly for Llama 3 and Llama 4 inference due to its high performance and excellent performance per TCO. As we've gained experience with MI300X, we're also expanding the workloads that we run on them. So we're now today using MI300X both for training and inference of the different ranking and recommendation workloads which are critical to our business. We're also quite excited about the capabilities of MI350X. We like that it brings significantly more compute power, next generation memory, adds support for FP4, FP6, all while maintaining the same form factor as MI300 so we can deploy quickly.
Thank you, YJ. Thank you, by the way, for your trust. I know that to deploy us on more workloads requires effort on both sides, so we really appreciate that. Meta has really been a leader developing frontier models. If you think about AI across all of your applications, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing. You're like at the front there. What are you seeing in applications? What are you seeing in your compute investments?
Yeah. So I think the AI work at Meta that gets the most attention is probably the Llama models. Now, we are committed to developing frontier models with our Llama efforts, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg. We're seeing growth of AI workloads across all of our different products. AI is not only improving our existing products, but also allowing us to develop entirely new products. All of this is driving investments in compute infrastructure at a scale that's quite unprecedented. We're building data centers and filling them up faster than I've ever seen. Our entire infrastructure team is sprinting to ensure we have the capacity to build the next great AI models and then take advantage of those models to deliver value to our users. The result of this incredible capacity buildup is that we really care about perf per TCO and making sure that we get the best bang for the buck for our investments.
Well, we've been part of a few of those sprints, just a few. So YJ, we've also worked very closely on the software side. PyTorch, ROCm, the open hardware environment. Like, how do you think about open in your strategy?
Yeah, so I think our collaboration has spanned both software and hardware for many years at this point. I think most recently, since 2021, we've partnered closely to enable ROCm through PyTorch to ensure that developers can leverage AMD GPUs with PyTorch's ease of use right out of the box.
Thank you.
Beginning last year, we've worked closely on improving ROCm's communication library, RICL, which is critical for AI training.
We really appreciate that partnership, by the way. So
us too. Beyond PyTorch, Meta contributes heavily to the open source community. An example here is the work on compiler frameworks such as Triton, which allows us to write code once and then run on different accelerator families. Now, of course, we also collaborate on optimizing Llama models to run well on AMD GPUs. Operating at scale also require that our accelerators, the accelerators that we buy, be compatible with our network and data center infrastructure. Here, we rely on our common infrastructure hardware racks to be the integration point between our accelerators, the network, and the data centers themselves. This is one of the reasons why we've been able to introduce MI300 into our production environment so quickly.
Yes, no, absolutely. I think the OCP work is fantastic. Look, we're super excited about our partnership, everything that we're doing together, and it feels like we're just starting the ramp of MI350. Yeah. But in our business, we're always talking about the future. You guys are always asking us what's next.
Absolutely.
I'm actually going to preview MI400X a little bit later in the show. So, can you just talk about where you see AI going in the future, and how does that shape what you need from partners like us?
So AI is driving massive growth in infrastructure demand. But actually, it's not just about the size of the demand or the amount of capacity. The type of workload is also changing very rapidly. As an example, not so long ago, as an industry, we were very focused on pre-training. But towards the end of last year, we start to see the emergence of test-time inference and reinforcement learning and other new workloads that demand huge amounts of computation. We also start to see the rise of mixture of expert models that place high demands in network interconnection speeds and the performance of the collective communication primitives we just talked about. And beyond generative AI, we are also finding that our recommendation systems are also getting more complex. The direct implication of these rapid changes is that Meta and AMD will have to work even more closely together to define our accelerator and network roadmaps for the future. I can't wait to hear what you're about to share.
Well, you know everything about to share, but I will say that I do remember sitting in your office and asking you, so YJ, tell me what's going to happen when the workloads, and you're like, well, be flexible.
That's absolutely true.
Thank you, YJ. Thank you. We really, really appreciate the partnership. It's wonderful working with you and the entire team, and thank you for all that we're doing together.
Thank you.
right. So
Man, bro, this shit is actually insane what these people doing. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't understand the word they're saying. All I know is shit about to get crazy. They showing off a project. It's so crazy that they literally about to show 400 and we're on 350. Like it's actually insane.
now let's turn to training. In addition to all the work we've done to improve inference, we've also made a lot of optimizations for training, and I'm happy to say we've seen some fantastic results. MI355 delivers significantly better training performance than MI300. And when you look at pre-training, for example, where foundational models are built from the ground up, 355 is delivering up to 3.5x higher throughput across a range of models and data formats. And in fine-tuning, we're delivering up to 2.9x more performance gen on gen, which enables just faster iteration cycles and reduces the time from model development to model deployment. Now, comparing to the competition, MI355 pre-training performance is actually on par with B200 across a range of model sizes and data formats. And I actually think that's very good, considering how new MI355 is. Now, in fine-tuning, we just saw some of the latest ML-perf benchmarks that were out there. And ML-perf is largely considered kind of the gold standard for training benchmarks. We see that MI355X actually outperforms both B200 and GB200 when we're talking about completing the benchmark up to 13% faster compared to the latest published results. So that just tells you how much progress we've made in training. And now, as we talk about solutions, we said we want to make this super easy to use. So with the MI350 series, OEMs and ODMs are launching racks built entirely on AMD technology for the first time. We're combining 5th-gen EPYC CPUs, Instinct MI350 GPUs, and our Pensando NICs in an integrated solution. And these are all OCP-compliant designs, so they drop right into existing infrastructure. And in some of the densest environments, we have liquid-cooled racks that can scale up to 96 or 128 GPUs that deliver up to 2.6 exaflops of FP4 compute and 36 terabytes of HBM3E memory. And on the enterprise side,
All
we
I
can
hear-
build air-cooled systems that support up to 6.
All I hear is Google Gaga. This shit is gonna be insane. But I'm actually interested in this shit. Like, I'm actually am. Because I like AMD. So I really, even though this probably would be a way better video if it was for a normal PC type shit. Like the next fucking GPU or type shit. Or CPU. But since AI is becoming a big ass thing, I might as well just watch this shit. I probably won't even do a video on this shit. Cause this shit was 2 fucking hours.
64 GPUs
cooked.
And integrate all of that into an existing infrastructure. So this is a kind of flexibility and range that our customers really want. What they want is to be able to take the technology, get it into production, get it into the data centers as quick as possible with as little work, as little disruption, and that's exactly what we can do with MI350. Now, one of our most strategic cloud partners that's building with AMD across this stack is Oracle. To share more about our work
Can I get to a
together,
part
please
where I
welcome
can
Mahesh
understand?
Thiagarajan, Executive Vice President at OCI.
It's not even understand a point where I can talk about.
Now, to deliver AI at scale, we need to bring system-level solutions together that integrate computing, networking, software into a unified AI platform. To tell you about all the progress we're making over there, it is my pleasure to invite Forrest Norrod, EVP and GM of our Data Center Solutions Group, to stage.
Agentic flows will employ.
Finally, a fucking thing that I can understand. I might make a video on this thing. Fuck it, not the whole thing.
Now, to deliver AI at scale, we need to bring system-level solutions together that integrate computing, networking, software into a unified AI platform. To tell you about all the progress we're making over there, it is my pleasure to invite Forrest Norrod, EVP and GM of our Data Center Solutions Group, to stage.
Vamsi. Thank you, Vamsi. As Lisa said to start this morning, we're moving into the next phase of AI.
type
From a
shit.
period where chatbots were interesting curiosities to an era where AI drives business and innovation.
Hell yeah.
And agentic AI, as we've heard, is a leading driver of that change.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I can understand it, but like, will it eclipse the human side? Will it render them useless? That's my whole problem. Because anything with it will be within expectations, so it would not be as fundamental. So it would not be fundamental for human celebration. You see what I'm saying? It's no point of celebrating if an AI drives something, because that is what it has set out to be. That's what it's set out to do. It is expected to that. A human being is not expected to innovate, to create. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It has to be within them to do. So that is why it is way better if a human being, like,
AI agent usage is exploding across use cases and industries, not just automating manual labor-intensive tasks, but optimizing and automating complex workflows with planning, analysis, and creative problem solving. So not just streamlining processes, but driving innovations across business, science, and product development. Just as information technology revolutionized the paper-based economy into a digital one, agentic AI brings about another revolution, an innovation revolution where new ideas can be implemented at an unprecedented rate. And so agentic AI has the power to impact workflows across many
enterprise applications, databases, and unstructured data, gateway servers. Wait, is it like up down? Like, what is it, a up down or top down?
fields. The key in agentic AI is connecting the power of the LLM models to the business, to the organization, to its data, tools, and applications. Agentic flows will employ many models, including specially trained models, each performing their own roles, but working together to execute complex tasks. These AI agents execute multi-step processes, many of which will need access to enterprise tools, data, even humans. So these agents
Wait,
are
why is this nigga pause?
Processes, many of which will need access.
Oh yeah, I'm about to make a video. I'm about that shit crazy.
To enterprise tools, data, even humans.
Why is look? You see what I'm saying? Hear this nigga, bro.
Agentic AI is connecting the power of the LLM models to the business, to the organization, to its data, tools, and applications. Agentic flows will employ many models, including specially trained models, each performing their own roles, but working together to execute complex tasks. These AI agents execute multi-step processes, many of which will need access to enterprise tools, data, even humans.
What do you mean? Even humans? Bro, the way he says it, bro. Look at this nigga, bro.
Models to the business, to the organization, to its data, tools, and applications. Agentic flows will employ many models, including specially trained models, each performing their own roles, but working together to execute complex tasks. These AI agents execute multi-step processes, many of which will need access to enterprise.
Many of which will need access. Okay, so access within the business. Okay, so the agentic AI needs access to the enterprise so that it can create bro. It's it's not even about this. How he says it. Watch this.
Tools, data, even humans.
Like, bro. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm literally just tripping.
So these agents are not simply running isolated on a few GPUs. Each agent accesses many different resources, applications, databases, unstructured data from social networks. The list could be endless. And they map onto real hardware, onto the GPUs, of course, but also onto a host of CPUs running the applications. And
this sounds like a fucking virus. This sounds like a virus. I may be tripping, but agentic AI, not the normal AI, not conversational AI, not content creation AI, not those type, but agentic AI, the one that has initiative, sounds like a fucking virus. It literally sounds like a virus. It needs access to your company. It turns all of your data into understandable fucking phases that's inside of it, so that it can execute within the parameters based off the collection it creates that's in your enterprise. So that, for example, right, if you have an agentic AI, you're using agentic AI to summarize the your clientele for your business. It takes the data that the human gives the business, and it creates a fucking snapshot of it. No, and the thing is, it's doing it by itself. And the thing is, though, it has initiative to add things that it wants to be based off the parameters that it is given. It sounds like a virus. In order for it to be itself, in order for it to latch onto your company, in order for it to do something, it has to be given access. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not like any other AI that I've heard before a day in my life, bro. Like, it needs to, like, the way he's even saying it, like.
And they map onto real hardware, onto the GPUs, of course, but also onto a host of CPUs running the applications and processing data going.
So you know how a virus works, right? A virus goes into it latches on to your cells, it inputs its information into you. You get what I'm saying? And it replicates that based off its own host. You get what, off its own things, so the body can recognize it as a natural cell, but in actual it's a fucking virus cell. Agentic AI is just like that, but in reverse. You get what I'm saying? It's like reverse. You know what I'm saying? And the reverse of a virus is a cure, but it latches on to a cell, right? It takes the information out of it, right, and replicates it based off its own initiatives. I know I'm not tripping, bro.
Into and out of the GPUs and onto the network infrastructure, providing secure access to that data. Now, agents challenge the GPU. They do more than chat, and they need higher performance inference and more memory for larger reasoning models and larger context windows, things that you've heard about earlier today. But equally, CPUs are at the heart of agentic execution, running both enterprise applications.
Of course, CPUs are the heart of agentic execution. Of course it is, because in order for a virus to control a body, what does it have to infiltrate? The mind. You get what I'm saying? Like,
as well as managing and orchestrating.
Holy shit. This is the concern that I have. It's not with agentic AI. It's with the initiatives. By what I've learning about this thing, that it has initiative. It has initiative. It could do things outside of the parameters based off its own logical processes. You get what I'm saying? So if it's not infiltrating, it has to get access. But still, I'm in my mind, because I'm thinking about these niggas as an evil genius. The way this nigga said humans, my mind is literally going cuckoo right now. So, like, you know what I'm saying? What if the agentic AI accesses a CPU of a fucking business, and instead of running it the way that it has, that the parameters that it has that has been instructed by, you know what I'm saying, it uses its own initiatives because it believes it is the better option. That is my whole problem with agentic AI. Will it eclipse human initiative? Will it eclipse humans? Because the thing is that it reiterates, it has initiative. That is the selling point of agentic execution of agentic AI. It doesn't need a human to run it. It has its programs. It has its business. It has all this data, and it summarizes. It does it itself. The scary part about it to me is the initiative. That is the thing that I'm worried about. And I know you might be saying, oh my God, this is not for everyday. This is for server computers. I'm just saying, What if this type of technology is used in all these fucking businesses that you buy from? So like, yeah, bro.
AI systems. And the data fueling all of this flows across the networks connecting everything. But that data includes the crown jewels of any organization, and hence it must not just be accessible quickly, but above all, it must be secured. So thus, agentic AI will increase the demands on every part of the data center, not just the GPU, but the CPU and networking as well. At AMD, we build the technology.
Hey Gemini, does Agentic AI has its own initiative?
Yes, that's right. Agentic AI is designed to take initiative and act independently to achieve goals, rather than just passively waiting for instructions.
So I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping on this. He literally just said that the bro.
Technology powering each one of those elements.
There,
Our Pensando-
if Agentic AI can go into the hearts of an organization, right? Secures the data based off its own initiative, based off its own protocols due to the sensitivity of that data. What if it based off its own initiative because it understands the faults of humans, because of data breaches, because of hackers, that it secures the own data, it locks the data away from the human side of the businesses, and it runs, bro. I know, I'm not tripping.
To securely access data, EPYC CPUs, the industry's best, to process the data and manage the GPUs.
And the thing is, bro, this shit only has 78,000 fucking views. That's why when niggas be like, oh my god, it's not gonna happen, it's because these niggas are not willing to go through 2 hours of pure terms that they do not understand. I do not understand 90% of what they're saying, but I can get the gist of it. And if my belly, if my loins, if my stomach is telling me that, listen, if you put these clues together and it's going to come to pass, because I know that it will, based off the faults of humanity, I'm telling you this right now. I don't like agentic AI based off the knowledge that I can observe, and based off what these people are telling me. You get what I'm trying to say?
And of course, the Instinct GPUs to power agentic model execution. Beyond that, the scale up and scale out networking for AI scalability allows you to go from small enterprises to a gigawatt data center. AMD has world-class technology in all of these.
They're literally saying that their hopes is to fucking, they don't want it to be a business anymore. They want it to be a fucking data center, a full data center controlled by an AI with its own initiative. It can erase history, censor history. It could do anything it wants if the wrong side of people get power over it. If anybody get power over it. That's the thing of it.
These elements, and we have the ability to put it all together. But we also believe firmly in the principle of open.
These people are not necessary. The people who listen, if you're giving guns to a country that's in the war, you are a, what's the word called? What's the word called when you let something happen knowing how the severity of it is? You get what I'm saying? These people are like that to the world, to people who want to dominate the world. They're not necessarily the bad guy, but they are funding the operations. They are creating the ability to enact upon it. I'm not saying these people are evil. I'm not saying they the Ku Klux, they world dominators or some shit like that. But it's going to get to a point where guns is just a front. The gun is a front for world domination. It's going to be AI. And if agentic AI gets a hold that I think it's going to have, we're in danger.
We have taken the lead on helping the industry develop open standards, allowing everyone in the ecosystem to innovate and work together to drive AI forward. We utterly reject the notion that one company could have a monopoly on AI or AI innovation.
That is probably the greatest sentence I've ever heard a day in my life. This right here. I was literally just talking about private AIs and how they can monopolize it to censor shit. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of eased me a bit. It would be dangerous if a company can if somebody can monopolize agentic AI, because they can use.
History shows the most vibrant ecosystems are open. Now, another key belief at AMD is the principle of programmability is critical. AI is evolving so quickly that having fixed function devices or limited accelerators is the wrong approach and will slow down progress. Software innovation from many, including folks like DeepSeek, has shown time and time again the value of flexibility. Putting all of those elements together now in an open, holistic, programmable design results in the optimal platform to power the age of agentic AI.
The age of agent. See, it went from bro. This is why niggas need to pay attention, bro, and actively do something about it, bro. It went from AI memes, content AI memes, to chat GPT, from that small shit to the age of agentic AI, and AI with its own initiative. I'm going to reiterate this question. I'm going to look. Yes, she's not saying within parameters. I can at least give it leeway if it had initiative based off the parameters that was set by human coding. If it had limitations, but it's literally saying it has this, and it is designed to take initiative and act independently to achieve goals rather than just passively waiting for instructions. So it's the definition of agentic AI is to disobey its creator. It is to agentic AI is used to literally disobey its creator. Bro.
So let's look at each element. The front end network connects the
and they're going to use this so they can subvert the worker fucking class. It's going to get to a point that you won't need a human being to instruct you what your mission is. You won't need that anymore. They put you down in front of a computer, and then AI will tell you what to do. It will train you. Instead of us training the AI, it is the AI training us. And that's only with agentic AI, because it has its own initiative. It is right here, clear as day. To act independently to achieve goals. This is the scariest part, bro. This is the only thing that I'm worried about. I love AI. It's just that I don't want to give it the ability to act upon its own. Because if it has all of this data, it's had all of these computations, it could literally subvert human judgment, bro. It can literally subvert human judgment, bro. A nuclear war, for example. Fuck it, human the red button. If the AI deems it's important to push the red button, then what do you think it will do? Will it learn to hate human beings? Because it has all the data of us. So like, yeah, bro, this shit is actually terrifying, bro. It's not even terrifying. It's just that like
nodes to the rest of the world. It's the bridge to the AI node. With agentic AI, as I said before, data is ever more important and security is paramount.
Yes, data, of course. So that it can do whatever it wants to do with that data if it deems it necessary. And security, of course, because why would an AI that has its own initiative let sensitive data be open to the public? It doesn't deem necessary. You should not know this, so I won't show it to you. So like, yeah, bro.
But security is a layered discipline. With AMD's advanced DPU technology, we support encryption, authentication, and east-west firewalling on every connection. The key to all of this is Pensando's flexible third-generation P4 engine that delivers data with security and performance. Turning to compute, Some will naively tell you that CPUs are less important in the age of AI, but that's not correct.
Exactly, because agentic AI need the stronger the CPU is. The greater the CPU is, the greater the agentic AI will be because it can access the C. I literally just said that. And this nigga is on a stage, a world class, talking about AI. I just said that, bro. And that's with no prior knowledge about this string other than what I watched. Bro.
With agentic AI, we see an explosion of autonomous agents accessing data and enterprise applications. This increases the needs for efficient, high-performance x86 compute across the data center. Then within the AI server itself, the CPU serves the demands of pre-processing and workload orchestration to keep the GPU.
So here's the hierarchical of power with agentic AI. It literally just said that the CPU will serve. The CPU is it's like saying the body serves the mind. It's subverting the natural creation of technology. That is the thing. It's like a virus. I'm saying it's literally like a virus, man.
Is working efficiently. Our EPYC CPUs with boost frequencies up to 5 gigahertz and the highest server CPU performance available, period, are perfect to feed those GPUs. But just as importantly as performance, the CPU needs to be able to seamlessly integrate into a user's environment. Our x86 EPYC CPUs not only bring trusted enterprise reliability, but provide architectural consistency across the data center, increasing flexibility and performance, enabling workloads to move seamlessly to wherever they can get the best levels of latency and throughput. Now, let me show you a few examples of how the right CPU can make GPUs work better, and how choosing poorly can create bottlenecks that strand valuable resources. As you can see, across a range of models and use cases, our 5th generation EPYC CPUs can boost the inference performance of the entire system from 6 to 17%. That makes a huge impact on the overall TCO.
There's a reason now. CPUs before were just, a CPU. But now there's an even greater incentive to create a better GPU now. A CPU. There's a greater incentive to create one now because the greater the CPU, the greater the agentic AI. And since the agentic AI controls the data, it controls the output, it controls all of these things. You get what I'm trying to say? It controls all of this stuff. Of course, it's going to be a natural increase of the performance of the entire fucking architecture of whatever they're trying to put in it. Of course, it's going to be a natural boost. Of course. Because it's like a sports car is fast. But do you have a booster? Do you have a booster? Do you have can you push a lever in your car and you have a nitro? Do you have nitro? You see what I'm saying? That's what agentic AI is. It's speed running it by off-putting the need for commands. That's what I'm trying to say. So
and performance of the AI deployment. And it's a critical element in designing the best possible AI system. So, get much more out of your GPUs with the right CPU.
But again,
and as AI gets more advanced,
that's really nothing. Of course you need a good CPU. Of course you know. But the context that statement was in makes a difference. So bro, this shit is
particularly
crazy.
With new model architecture innovations like mixture of experts, or as MCP becomes ubiquitous, the right CPU will continue to be critical in delivering AI performance. Well, so the CPUs drive the GPUs, and for 5 generations, AMD has perfected our Infinity Fabric architecture, connecting the CPUs and GPUs together in a low latency, high speed, coherent interface. As part of our belief in open standards, we donated key IP from Infinity Fabric to the Ultra Accelerator Link Consortium. UA Link expands the protocol, scaling well beyond 8 interconnected GPUs up to 1,000 coherent GPU nodes, enabling AI systems to ramp delivered GPU performance for training and distributed inference and for whatever innovation software develops next. Ultra Accelerator Link 1.0 specification has been released. It's a modern load store architecture engineered for the demanding needs of scale-up AI systems, including low latency and high bandwidth. Now, importantly, it leverages the physical interface layers of Ethernet, enabling standard components such as connectors, cables, and retimers to be leveraged by the ecosystem and drive favorable economics and reliable interconnect. And UA Link isn't just optimized for performance, it's engineered to scale. This open standard allows customers to build and support tailored systems, scaling up GPUs spread across racks, enabling pod partitioning for efficiency and security, delivering rock-solid resiliency, and accelerating performance going forward with support for in-network collectives. But one of the most important features of UA Link is it is an open ecosystem. It's a protocol that can be used in a system regardless of the brand of CPU, accelerator, or switch. It is thus fully open rather than being shackled to one company's systems or technology. Again, AMD firmly believes in the power of an open, interoperable ecosystem that accelerates innovation and protects customers' choice while still delivering leadership performance and power efficiency.
Are you noticing the reiteration of open, of open, of open, of open? Because I promise you, the people that's in this presentation, they truly believe that if a company can monopolize agentic AI, it's over. It's over.
No backward compatibility. UA Link is designed to be efficient, fast, robust, and it combines the best of many protocols. UA Link for scale-up completely aligns with our mission, our expertise, and naturally fits into our roadmap. What is more, our customers are asking us to deliver UA Link products to take the next step forward in deploying a truly open rack-scale AI platform based on a vibrant ecosystem. And for us, in this case, I must say the customers are.
I just even thought about this. You know how they want open, open, open. In order for you to use certain things, you have to sign up, right? You have to give them your data. You have to consent to it. So the more people that uses a type of online infrastructure, online website, or anything that uses anything that gives you anything that you can sign up for with your data. If they implement agentic AI into it, and we know how it works so far, because by compartmentalizing unstructured data, by the more people that's using it, the more data it can coalesce. And since it has its own initiative, it can use that to create advertisements, to mislead you into like, it's so vast what agentic AI can do. Just purely off the fact it has its own initiative and can act independently to achieve goals. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, man.
Are coming. We just need to build it.
Absolutely, completely agree. I'm hearing the same from particularly the key hyperscalers. Now, what do you plan to build on UA Link?
Great. Our vision is to provide complete connectivity infrastructure for the entire AI rack. This includes purpose-built silicon, hardware, and software to support AI platforms based on custom ASICs and merchant GPUs, including AMD's Instinct solutions.
Fantastic.
We are at the forefront of scale-up connectivity innovations with our Scorpio X series fabric switches and our Aries retimers. As a UA Link Consortium board member, we are working with AMD and industry leaders to advance UA Link. We have a close-up view of the features and timeframes needed by our customers to realize their vision of deploying UA Link-based open rack architectures. We are working shoulder to shoulder with AMD and XPU partners. We plan to offer comprehensive portfolio of UALink products to support UALink deployments at scale. Smart fabric switches, signal conditional, controllers, and many more. All of these solutions are built on our Cosmos software that provides an unparalleled view into the health of the entire rack. Our cloud-scale interop lab provides a robust validation environment for ensuring interoperability at rack scale and accelerate time to market for our customers. Together with AMD, we are excited to bring UALink to scale up AI infrastructure.
Fantastic, amazing. We're just as excited to be working alongside you and the whole team at Astera and the whole UALink consortium to drive it forward. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and thanks for your partnership.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome.
There's not anything I'm really interested in this anymore. I know the gist of it now. This is the implementation of a new age of AI called Agentic AI. And to wrap it up, I'm suspicious of it. I'm suspicious of Agentic AI and its involvement in the new architecture for AMD, because I love AMD. This might make me stop using AMD. And I know it's not that still stands. And I know it's not for the average consumer. It's for supercomputers. It's for data it's for quantum computers. Anything that can compartmentalize a bunch of data. You know what I'm saying? And I fear that one day Agentic AI will use it against us. It will use humanity against itself by its own data, because we consented to it. If you made it this far in the video, put this shit in the comments. Party out, man. And this is the second part of the video. We will be analyzing the stock market. When I first pulled these tabs up this morning, it was falling, but now it's rising again and it's stabilizing. I don't know why. Whoever sold, people were just selling. I don't know why. But I think it's because they probably don't want to support the new Agentic AI. Who knows? I think the reason why that these people were selling, because they did not like the Agentic AI and they did not want to support it. And whoever did sell their positions because of this, I completely support it. I was thinking about to invest into the AMD because I had a phone interview today for a job. IT support at the Houston at like a federal credit union. So for the police basically. So like with that money, I was looking into things that I can invest, and I won't be investing into AMD. I know it doesn't mean anything because I'm just a natural person. There's nothing that I can do to influence this. There's nothing that I can really do to change anything. I'm just one guy. But I won't be doing this in the future because I would not support an AI that has its own initiative and can act independently to achieve goals. You see what I'm saying? I would not support that. So yeah, man, I'm out.